Welcome to Get Solutions. In last class, we have already discussed the concept of value analysis, how values are analyzed, and what are the techniques to be applied for the value analysis and for the process. And also, we have already discussed the merits of value chain analysis. So, in this session, we are going to discuss how value is to be engineered. So, the concept is value engineering. See, it is similar to a target costing, which means target costing is also focuses on reducing the overall cost of a product or services over its entire life cycle. How in the sense? With the help of production and engineering and research and development. By changing the production policies and engineering and further research and development, definitely it will contribute somehow to reduce the cost of the product or services. So similarly, the value engineering is also related to target costing. See, according to Chartered Institute of Management Accounts, that is CIMA, value engineering is defined as it is all about the redesigning or rescheduling of an activity or existing activity of the product or services so that the value to the customer is enhanced and increases while the costs are reduced. Again, the value engineering has also speaks about reducing the cost. How in the sense? Redesigning the existing activity here and rescheduling the existing activity of the product or services. So when redesigning the existing activity or product or services, then definitely the product and services are produced with a qualitative manner or with a quality, so that definitely these product and services when offered by the business organization to customers, so that the value to the customer is enhanced with the objective of the business organization, with the main objective of the business organization is to with the minimum cost. So the value analysis and value engineering, both the concepts are concentrates and focuses on reducing the cost. In other words, value engineering is an interdisciplinary approach. So it is also called as interdisciplinary problem solving technique. So the value analysis and value engineering is interdisciplinary problem solving approaches. So this approach is ultimately helpful to reduce the costs. So here we are going to discuss the value engineering focuses on improving the value of the functions that are required to accomplish either short-term goals or long-term objectives of any product or services processes of organization. Ultimately, this value engineering takes into account the functions performed to produce the product or services and how these product or services are offered to the customers with the quality, and also by adding the quality to the function which is performed to produce the product or services is finally divided by the cost of that product or services which is produced by the business organization. So thereby we are going to get the value of the particular product under value engineering. Finally, this value engineering is nothing but focuses on improving the value of the functions that are required to accomplish the goal. So these functions are related to producing the product or services under certain production processes. So this is nothing but value engineering. And next concept, quality control. So this is for 2 marks. See, quality control. So this method or technique speaks about how we are going to maintain the quality and control the quality in the product or services which is offered. See, a quality control is a system of maintaining the standards which is fixed by the business organization. So, in present scenario, without quality and also with the quantity, the customers not accept the product or services, because every customer sees that quality of the product and also quantity of the product. They want more quantity of the product with the high quality and also with the minimum cost. So, in order to satisfy them, the quality is a important role or factor which affect the business organization. So therefore, quality control is also one of the another technique or method used to apply the cost control and cost reduction. So therefore, a quality control is a system of maintaining the certain standards in the product or services that are manufactured in the business organization. So these manufactured products testing a sample of outputs against the some specification. Yes, of course, in order to maintain the quality in the particular product or services, it is necessary to test the product or services that after manufactured the product or after delivered the services. By this way only, it is possible to know the differences and variances, how the actual product is produced and how actually the service is delivered to the customers and how the product is received by the customers, whether it reaches the standard or not. So thereby, the results against this specification is very important to compare with the actual performances. So this is nothing but quality control. And the next concept, it is very important concept for your section B or section C. That is BPR, Business Process Re-engineering. So this concept speaks about how we are going to re-engineering the existing process of the business organization, which is followed to production process. See, business process re-engineering. Business process re-engineering defined as the analysis and design the workflow and the process within and between the organization to achieve some important improvements and performances. So, see, this business process re-engineering defines an analysis of the existing workflow for design the existing workflow or redesign the existing workflow and the process within the business organization or between the business organization to achieve some improvements in the existing business process. Thereby, it will increase us the performance, that is actual performance of the business organization to reach its standard performance. So therefore, this business process re-engineering or BPR is also called as a fundamental rethinking and redesign process or redesign of the business process, because it redesigns the existing workflow or the process for the improvement in the performances. So therefore it is called as rethinking process and redesigning of the existing business process. Why means to achieve improvements in the business organization towards the process or in the performance of such cost, quality and services and speed. So therefore, this business process reengineering focuses on improvement in the performances, cost, quality, services and speed of the process. So this business process reengineering is a worldwide applicable technique of the business. So it focuses on rearrangement of the existing business process by providing the vast improvements in the short period of time. So this is all about business process re-engineering. Next, see the definition of BPR. According to Teng, business process re-engineering defined as it is a critical analysis and a radical redesign of existing business process to achieve improvements in the performance measure. See, generally, when the existing process or when in the existing process some of the policies in terms or some of the policies towards the production process does not support, then it is necessary to change that existing policies in order to improve the performance or actual performance of the business process. So this business process reengineering is also speaks about the same concept to improve the performance of the business organization towards production activity. It is necessary to analyze, and critically we are going to analyze that existing process in order to redesign the workflow of the existing business process. So therefore the radical redesigning of the existing process is necessary for the production process to achieve the goals or objective in a short period of time. So this ultimately helpful to the business organization to improve in their performances by measuring the actual performance. This ultimately helpful to compare the standard performance. So this is the actual definition is given by the Teng. And next, see the objectives of business process reengineering. What is the significance of business process reengineering? Let's see the first objective, customer focus. When applying the business process reengineering technique to a business organization, the implementation team, that is BPR implementation team efforts is focused on the following objectives, which means under that first one, this business process reengineering focuses on customer, and also it focuses on comparison and productivity, quality, efficiency and effectiveness and growth of the business organization. Let's see the customer focus first. Why it is necessary to focus on the customers? Because the customers are the king of the market. See, customer focuses or focus speaks about in this business process reengineering how this business process reengineering support the customer in the sense by eliminating the customer complaints through customer services or customer service oriented process. So in order to focus the customer, we are going to eliminate the customer complaint. How? In the sense, by redressing the complaints or grievances of the customer. It is possible through by establishing the customer service oriented process. So then this customer service oriented process carry out the customer complaints and eliminate the customer complaints by resolving it. So therefore, this business process reengineering gives an importance towards the customer complaints. To solve the complaints of the customer, the business process reengineering is necessary. Next, it emphasizes comparison. Yes, it is also one of the important objective of BPR. How? In the sense, this BPR helps to compare the activities from actual to achievements. Actual to achievement in the sense, actual performance with the standard performance. To know the variances, to know the reason for the variance, to know the differences between the actual to standard performances, to take the necessary actions or for further improvement in the existing workflow of the business organization towards the production process. Next, the objective, it increases or to increase the productivity, business process reengineering is necessary for the business organization. That is how it will be going to increase the productivity in the sense by improving the effectiveness and efficiency of the production process. Think generally how we are going to increase the effectiveness and efficiency of the production process in the sense, again, that business process reengineering speaks about redesigning of the existing workflow. When critically analyze the reason, and when the implementation team redesign the existing workflow towards the production process, then automatically the process will be going to be stronger. So thereby it improves the effectiveness and efficiency of the existing production process. So thereby when the production process increases its effectiveness and efficiency, then the productivity is also going to increases. By following this third objective, the quality of the product or services is also going to increases, and also the efficiency of the services is also going to increases. See, the improvement of the efficiency speaks about the reducing the time to market and quicker response to a customer. That is efficiency in terms of movement of the product from the production point to consumption point. That is, it will ultimately reduce the time of the market or time to the market, and with the efficiency it will quick response to a customers. It is possible to give a quick response to a customers. So that is called as efficiency in business process reengineering. And also when productivity, quality, efficiency increases, then automatically it leads to increases the effectiveness of the business organization in all the phenomenon. So thereby it ultimately contribute to the another objective, that is it enable the new business growth. It is because of all other improvements in the business organization, that is ultimately because of business process reengineering. And next, Steps in business process re-engineering. So in order to implement the BPR in the business organization towards production process, what are the various steps that the business organization and implementation team will be going to necessarily follows? See the various steps in business process re-engineering. First one under that, define the objective and framework. And second one, identify the customer needs. Third one, study the existing process. Fourth one, formulate the redesign plan. Next, last one, implement the redesign plan. So these are the various steps in the BPR, that is business process reengineering. It is very important concept for your section B and section C. Okay, so please concentrate on this topic. See, the first one, define the objective and framework. First of all, the objectives of redesign or the objective of re-engineering must be defined in quantitative and qualitative terms. See, once the objectives are defined, once the framework has been designed, the need for the change should be well communicated to the employees. Yes, of course, it is very important here. In the business organization, when the business managers and the implementation team of BPR, when the objectives are defined and when the changes should be made in the existing business process, it is necessary to communicate all the changes to the employees. And the success of the business process re-engineering is mainly depends on the objective which is defined earlier. So, the defining the short-term objective and long-term objective and also the framework for achievement of that short-term and long-term objective is very important here. When once the objective and framework has been defined by the business organization and the implementation team, then the next step is to identify the customer preferences and customer needs. See, while redesigning the business process or existing business process or workflow, the needs of the customer must be taken into account. That is prior consideration. Because this customer preferences and this customer needs are the very important for the business organization to take the decision, or it must be considered as a prior consideration. If, see, one must take the following parameters into consideration. Let's see what are the parameters that we are going to consider under this stage. So the first parameter, the type of customer and the customer group is very important. So in market segmentation also, we have the various classification of the customers based on the various factors. So the segmentation is important here in order to analyze the customer needs. So that is the one parameter. That is the type of customer and the customer groups. Because the taste and preferences for the customer based on the lifestyle, based on the psychology, based on the different factors, the taste and preferences will be different from one customer to another customer. And the customer needs, that is the preferences will be different from one customer group to another customer group. So that is so important in the business organization to analyze the customer needs and preferences. That is first parameter. And the second parameter, the customer requirements and buying habits and consuming tendencies. So it is the second parameter in order to analyze the customer needs. First parameter, the type of customer and customer group, and the second parameter, customer requirements. The requirements of the each customer is different, and buying behavior and buying habits is also different. So therefore it is considered as a second parameter in order to analyze the customer needs here. Next, the third step, study the existing process of the business process. See, the studying of existing process is very necessary to implement the new policies towards the production processes and to improvise the existing workflow by redesigning. So therefore, before deciding on the changes to be made in the existing business process or workflow, one must analyze carefully the existing workflow or existing process of the business organization, because the existing process provides a base for the new policies and the new process of the business process reorganization. So therefore, the studying the existing business process is very important in the business process re-engineering. And the next step, formulate the redesigned plan. So after studying the existing business process, if it is necessary to redesign, then we are going to formulate the redesign plan. Once the existing business process is studied thoroughly, the required changes are written down first. First, we are going to write down the new policies that are required to implement in the existing business process, and it is then converted into ideal redesigned process. See, here all the changes are chalked down and the best among all the alternative is selected, because the best alternative will give the more importance here to improvise our performance in the business organization. So this is again possible through the BPR process. So therefore, the formulation of redesign plan is also very important in the steps. And the last one, after formulating the redesign plan, then the last, finally we are going to implement the redesign plan. See, finally the changes are implemented into the redesign plan to achieve the dramatic improvement in the existing business process. So it is a responsibility of both the management and the redesigner to operationalize the new process, to carry out the existing process by implementing the new and redesigned policies. So this ultimately helpful to gain the support of all. So with the support of all only, the implementation team implement the redesigned plan. Thus, the business process reengineering is the collection of interrelated tasks or activities designed to achieve some specific outcomes or results or objectives. So that's why all the steps is very important in the business process reengineering to achieve some specific objective